welcome to my new YouTube channel, Mama Shreds. I am Caroline Lee and I am currently 30 weeks pregnant. So this channel is pretty much a passion project. I'm going to be documenting my life from almost giving birth, so I'm around 7 months in, all the way to after birth, and then how I get myself back into shape mentally, physically, and into the most shredded I've ever been, probably, but in the healthiest way possible. Now through this channel, I'm hoping that maybe this will inspire people, motivate people, whether you're pregnant or not, help people, support you in your own journeys, or maybe you just want to watch me and see how I get on from pregnancy up until then. So with that said, I want to get stuck right in. Before we get into day one of my journey, I just want to let you know that the content I'm going to be sharing is going to be really raw. It's going to be really authentic, genuine, my real life. I'm not going to be really glamorous about it all. I'm going to be super real. So some days you'll see me, I'm tired, a bit annoyed, I'm frustrated. Some days I'll be happy, triumphant, I'll be celebrating, and there'll be days I'm not wearing makeup, I'll be wearing makeup because I don't want to hide anything. I want to show you exactly the true challenges and the true triumphs you get throughout these stages of both pregnancy and afterwards, and just trying to get back into a proper shape. So with that said, I have documented day one, and I documented this a few days ago, so just to let you know, I was only in week 29 of my pregnancy back then, but it's not that much different anyway, so enjoy.
Good morning, guys. It's like 5:15 in the morning. Here we go. I'm up super early because I've got an interview for a new job, so we have to get ready. First of all, oh, I can't even see. We're gonna get our coffee. Coffees! I still drink coffee whilst pregnant, but I'm very careful of how much caffeine I take in. I consume every day. Guidelines are no more than 200 milligrams. My coffee isn't too strong, so I think roughly my coffee's around 100 milligrams of caffeine. Let's go make some coffee so I can wake up. Oh, jeez. My light has totally given up on me, but it's alright, we'll manage. This is my favourite cup. I'm such an old woman. I always have my coffee with honey. If you haven't had coffee with honey, you are missing out. We've almost run out. Raw honey has so many medicinal properties, going to be good for yourself, good for your baby. Oh, it's just so yummy as well. This is the gold. And that's our coffee. Cheers! Oh my god. So my favourite parts of the morning. So good. Sorry, my light's turned off, so I'm going to go charge my light, get ready for my interview, and then we'll get going with how we are going to spend our day active-wise and breakfast, which will be nice, and chat more about pregnancy, our bodies, and how we are changing and evolving and being more of a queen. Success, just on my first interview, and it went really well. Now we're going to head over, get the kids ready for school. I do have 2 step kids, so it is pretty rushed on a Monday and Tuesday. We're going to set their breakfast up, and then we're going to have my breakfast. So for the kids, I've made a fruit platter with Quaker's oats today, and they always have their Brazil nuts and the little multivitamins and pistachios today as well. That's Charlie, and then the same. Charlie doesn't like orange, but he'll have this for his breakfast. I think it's important that we teach our kids what good food is, and then I'll make my own. One of the things I want to talk about before I make my breakfast is supplement intake. So I have a batch of supplements I take every day, partially for pregnancy and partially just for good health. Since being pregnant, I have been taking Pregnacare. Now, knowing myself and knowing how active I still am and I want to be, I have topped up with a few other bits and bobs. So in my jar of supplements, I have got extra calcium, extra magnesium, extra vitamin D, and collagen. And these are things I have checked online and checked with my studies that are okay for a pregnant woman to take and take extra of. And so far my health has been great, my baby's health has been great, and everything's looking tip top. So I'm going to take them with my breakfast later, but let's get making breakfast first. I have now opted for some sourdough toast, which I'm going to toast this piece of bread. This is Jason's sourdough. It's really good for your gut. And then we're going to have some scrambled eggs. Now I use the Burford brown eggs because I'm big on local farms and making sure you know where your eggs come from. These have the most beautiful orange yolks inside. I'll talk more about eggs while I'm cooking. And then I'm going to have fruit salad, leftovers from my stepchildren's breakfast. So I'll cut that up and put that together. And I'm going to have also a nice Activia yogurt, which is great for the gut as well. So guys, the reason I have eggs every day is because there is a lot of studies to show that eggs, as we know, or many of us know, have so many nutrients in them, and the nutrients you eat is going to go directly through to your baby's belly as well, and baby's brain. Now, I've been told, and I have heard, and I have read, that women who are pregnant and eat eggs regularly throughout their pregnancy, their babies apparently generally have higher IQs. I don't know if this is 100% true. This is what I've heard, what I've read through studies, what I've read through multiple articles. But all I know is that from my history of being a trainer, massage therapist in the fitness industry, that eggs are generally just very nutritious anyway. Whether your baby has a higher IQ or not, that shouldn't really matter. It should be that you are filling your body first with the right foods. Just gonna melt some butter off. I love cooking in butter. I usually add some olive oil with the butter so it doesn't burn. Nice. The toast is ready. I am doing this one-handed, but I've made it into a bit of an omelette so that it places nicely on top of my toast. My breakfast for the day, which I'm going to have in peace. Join me for breakfast. So I want to talk a little bit about what was on my plate. I have my carbs, my proteins, my fats. I'm so big on making sure I have all 3 macros in each meal. So as you can see here, I've got my fats and my proteins from my egg, carbs from the fruit and also from toast. I've already said protein, haven't I? And calcium from my yogurt, some good gut bacteria. And what goes in my body is going to go directly to my baby's body. And I want to know that I have done my best to give my baby the healthiest outcome for when she arrives into this world. Something about eggs I just really, really like. I don't know about anyone else, but I definitely had to bring the size of my meals down a bit smaller. I think it's a common thing with pregnant women that when we eat really big meals, it can really disturb our digestive systems. The more we eat and the more our body struggles, our hormones are changing. So what I found out was because of our hormone spikes and drops, causes our guts to work slower. Our intestines are not able to work as fast as they used to, which is why you tend to find if you eat big meals, especially through trimester 1 and trimester 2, your stomach bloats so much and it feels extremely tight. Like I have struggled with this, and I have to admit it took me longer than it should have for me to learn to eat smaller meals and slow down. So there's a tip for you if you're pregnant, if you've just started your pregnancy journey or you're not sure what's going on. Probably the meal size needs to come down a little bit as part of the reason. I love you! Right guys, kids are off to school, so it's time for us to train. I'm dressed, I'm ready to go. Baby's ready to go. She's 29 weeks. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. But first of all, let's show you where I'm going to be training. So I'm very lucky to have a gym at home. It's quite snug. My boyfriend, being in the fitness industry, is very good at building things. So we have got at home gym. We have a cable machine. We've got a pendulum squat. We've got leg extension, hamstring curl, row, triceps, chest, and also dips and bench and dumbbells. Now there's a lot of exercises I cannot do because I am pregnant, so I'm not really able to do anything that has me lying on my stomach or lying on my back too much because as a lot of you already know, where the baby lies on your stomach, and if you lie down, it pushes against extremely important blood flow areas. So I can be an incline, or I can do like cable machines, I can do seated shoulder press and stuff, but I have reduced the amount of work I do on my back, and certainly I do not lie on my stomach. So I'm gonna do a full body workout today. My boyfriend's getting back from school drop off. He'll join me halfway through, and then I'll talk about why I train the way I do, and how I'm feeling about it all. So I'm actually gonna keep my leg movements as one part of the exercise program, and then I'm going to move up to my upper body. The reason I'm doing this is because I just like to keep things neat and tidy. What I've just done first is a pendulum squat. I'm going to do hamstring curls because the pendulum squat won't really interfere with my hamstrings, so it means that I can still really work hard on my hamstrings as well. Oh my god, this is how tight it is. When you're pregnant, you can hardly get into these spaces. For every exercise I'm doing, I am warming up. I'm just not recording every single set. I just want you to get a gist of how I train and like the layout I do it in. This may change for a lot of other pregnant women or people in general. You don't have to be pregnant. It's just the way I like to do it. Something I should note is that the weights that I use are significantly lower than what I would have done before I was pregnant, because I don't want any risk to my baby. Relatively speaking, I am still quite strong, so I am in some areas looking at still managing pretty heavy weight for a pregnant woman. But I am aware that as much as I feel strong some days, I should probably be careful with how much I pick up. Just because I can pick it up doesn't mean I should pick it up. I should also mention that I know I'm very lucky to have a gym at home. Not everyone has like this benefit. But if you have any access to a gym, it is really worth keeping your strength up. It just personally makes me feel more confident, makes me feel like I'm more able and carry this forward into when I have to look after my baby as well. Personally, strength and being strong in myself, physically and mentally, is such an importance. And I think even if you haven't done much training before, start light. I know for a fact that it's a high recommendation if you've never done physical training before in the gym, not to suddenly go super heavy all of a sudden during pregnancy, but like you do light weights, you know, start, and then by the time you've given birth, you already have the fundamentals and already feel stronger and confident in yourself. And if you don't have access to a gym, there are hundreds of other ways you can train at home, and I'm more than happy to do an at-home workout as well one day to show you how I would manage that, and maybe we'll do that next time together. This is one of the exercises I've found has absolutely destroyed me. I used to be able to do this exercise with 20 kilograms strapped around my waist. Now I struggle to even do one with just body weight, which is kind of insane because it happened literally overnight. Within the first 4 weeks, I'd say, of pregnancy, I just could not do this exercise. And if you're in my position where you're feeling like there's some things you just suddenly can't do, you're not alone. Your hormones are absolutely shifting every day. It's such a massive change to our bodies, and our female hormones are so much higher, which means that, I hate to say it, our strength is going to take a toll. And after that take, my sound stopped working on my new camera. I'm just getting used to using my new camera, so apologies. Anyway, let's continue. So after that workout, I had the rest of my stepdaughter's porridge, which I kept in the fridge, and some grapes. I was really busy with work that day, so I just grabbed what I could find that was healthy in the fridge, which was these two things. I was still on the computer for a few hours, and I got a bit peckish, so I got these sun bites, which were delicious, healthy, not fried. My boyfriend came to take a few as well. I've been really getting into trying to find healthy other snacks that are just as flavoursome as these, and they're just delicious. Then, of course, I was trying to explain what I was going to have for lunch. I think I was talking about something quite important at this point, but I can't even remember. What a shame. Anyway, I decided to make a lunch that was consisted of last night's chicken. I had some fried chicken, some grilled chicken, some random sausage from my stepchildren's dinner. I made some sticky rice.
I absolutely love grilled cucumber. I know it's a weird thing. My boyfriend thinks it's disgusting, but I really like it. It's really nice if you fry it with onions and garlic and stuff. But anyway, because I was a bit rushed for time, I just made a quick grilled cucumber, tomato and spring onion salad, and I had some cheese I sprinkled on top. Sometimes you just don't have time to make things fresh, so keeping leftovers is always a top tip, and having stepchildren sometimes helps with that, so that's great. After that, I just decided to film myself eating. I think it's always nice to see that I actually eat my food. You know, when you vlog, it's always nice to see that person actually consumes what they make. And after that, I didn't do much. I think I went for a walk with my boyfriend, and then we came back and I decided to make a very healthy dinner. We do walk every other day together, try and keep my fitness up. I think one of the things I've learnt quite early on is I don't want to have to do more work than I have to after I give birth to the baby to get my body back to where I want it to be. Anyway, for dinner, I bought this massive bag of sticky rice. So I made some more rice for the evening. My boyfriend and I had that, and I marinated some chicken breasts in some leftover ingredients I had: garlic, chili, soy sauce, lime juice, honey, and a bit of ginger. And then I made some fried rice with some leftover bits and bobs I found in the fridge: eggs, mushrooms, and spring onions. And then yeah, that was really it for the night. I think it's just me just trying to tell you in slow motion, because my camera let me down, that my partner and I are going to finish our dinner, and that was it for the evening. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my vlog. I'm looking forward to filming and updating you along the next months of pregnancy and obviously after. And I'll see you guys for the next one.